So we're here at the Disaster Expo 2025. We're here at the Salty Seabag. We're here with William. Tell us about your company.
The Salty Seabag is an emergency preparedness and disaster response company focused on, preparing individual homes for, the unexpected situations that may arise, whether it's nature's fury or, civil unrest, making sure they're prepared, but also giving first responders the ability to effectively respond to an emergency.
How important is it for individuals to take seriously being prepared for any type of unforeseen events?
That's a really interesting question. I've recently read a study that 60% of U.S. households specifically are unprepared for an emergency. And I firmly believe, and the Salty Seabag believes, that individual preparedness builds community resilience. Without that resilience, when an emergency happens, it degrades the confidence and the reactivity of the community, and it makes the whole process of rebuilding that much more challenging. So instead of having 60% unprepared, if we had 80% prepared, everybody's going to rise together and hit those challenges head on.
I heard a quote yesterday. It said, in like a disaster, you're not measured by the aspiration that you have for it, but you're measured by the level of preparedness that you're ready for, so you can have all the hopes and dreams in the world that you'll do this and do that, but the bottom line is, how prepared are you for it? That's what's going to be the true determining factor. What do you say to that?
I say that that's absolutely correct, right? I had a gentleman come by today, and he was like, two today, and they both said, "Hey, I need a tool that specifically for this. Do you have it right now? Because I need it." And I'm thinking to myself, both of them military folks, and I'm like, of course, because I'm prepared. I have what you need.
Yeah.
Having the appropriate tool for the appropriate moment in the right hands is the absolute most important thing to responding to anything, any type of emergency or event. You have to have the right tool, and it has to be in the right hands.
And how has your experience being in the military helped shape your outlook on the current state of disasters happening in the world? What has it taught you in being prepared?
So I served 21 years in the Marine Corps, and one is the gear, right? The right gear in the right hands. Two is the foresight of knowing I might need X, right? I might need to start a fire, or I might need a screwdriver. I might need whatever that thing is. So instead of limiting your options, you want to expand your options. And then the second thing is, the next thing would be the confidence of using that equipment.
So it's not just about having the right gear, but also knowing how to use it. So you just advocate for being ready, like say you have a first aid kit, knowing how to, for instance, wrap a tourniquet around something, just having those basic skills ready to go.
Indeed, absolutely. It's interesting that you bring up the tourniquet, right? Because you could do a lot of damage. You could do more damage not knowing how to use it than you would if you just left the person alone, right? So yeah, the knowledge is absolutely paramount. And it's great to have the knowledge, but if you don't have the equipment, it doesn't really matter either. So it's got to be a collective effort through that foresight of what do I need, how do I get it, and how do I use it?
Yeah. All right. So to change the pace, and what surprised you the most in this current era of disasters that we're experiencing all over the world? Has there been any events, situations that have left a strong impression on you?
Yeah, man. Last couple months of just in the last few months has been eye-opening for what we've been doing, and we've been working on this for a while now. And I'm very excited and proud of what we've built, and I wish that I had some of it ready before.
Yeah.
I've got family that was affected by the storms in North Carolina. I have family that was affected by the fires in Los Angeles, and I would say that the scariest part about it, how I was talking about earlier, a lot of people not being prepared, is it's only going to get worse. If you look at the weather and the statistics, it's all getting worse. We have more events happening, and the events are stronger.
Yeah.
And they will continue to get stronger, which is only going to lead to more devastation, more displacement of people, and more need for preparedness and response capabilities.
So a final thought, like what would you like to say? Say for instance, you're talking to your loved ones, your family, your friends in the camera there. What would you like to tell them about being ready, about pending disasters? What would you just like the audience to know about it all?
I would like everyone to know that individual preparedness builds community resilience. And individual preparedness is indeed an individual responsibility. You cannot depend on others, but if you depend on yourself and you prepare yourself, you can lend a hand to your community and build that resilience and that response. And then just stay safe, my friends.
Thank you so much, William. This has been excellent. Thank you for what you're doing here. Just having the overall awareness that preparedness is the most valuable thing that we can do and how we should take personal responsibility for it all. It's, I think, very valuable, very noble what you're doing.